All of the children have left. They were there. Those are their cute pitter-patter footsteps up on the roof. That's what we put sugar.
I will till she gets here.
Get to the roof. Okay. Hi, again with the picture. Are you trying to figure out your own phone? What's happening over there?
It's not mine.
Aim it at the stage!
No, not your crotch.
I don't know what she's making. A call, texting somebody, taking pictures. I don't know. It's great. I can help. This is awesome. Are you guys having fun?
Yes.
Better than you expected so far, right? You're like, no, the host is terrible. That's all right. We're going to keep it moving. Our next comic coming to the stage is a very funny woman. She's worked really hard these last 8 weeks, and I'm excited to hear her perform for you tonight. Make some noise for Erin DeBartelo!
Hold it. I got my own.
So those are my parents over there.
You never
And I lost my iPhone, so look for it. My first real job was working as an admin for a blind guy named Kenneth. My dad called him the blind motherfucker. Because he fired me. Before I go on, I want you to know it's okay, though. Kenneth will never see this show. Not because he's blind, but because he's dead.
And that's the truth.
My father just heard me. He had nothing to do with it. Before Kenneth lost his sight, he was kind of a typical young frat boy. Drinking a lot, always looking to get laid. Not much changed after he lost his sight. One of the things that I had to do for him outside of the office was take him to bars. He hated using his cane. He said it was definitely not a chick magnet. So he would make me walk him to the bar, sit him down, and even though he was buying drinks for me, it was like I was taking him out. He would never drive. At work, some of the real stuff I did, I acted as Kenneth's eyes for him. Mostly during interviews. He always wanted to know, were they professionally dressed? Were they looking at me? But usually he had some pretty inappropriate comments. There's a couple that stand out. There's two in particular where we had to fire them. First one was a woman, young, cute, and he asked me, so, she was pretty tall, huh? She was cute. What did she look like? I could smell her perfume. Was she wearing a wedding ring? She was flirting with me, right? I was like, Kenneth, come on. So, we did hire her. We had another guy, his name was Robert. He was like 50 plus, coming in for an entry-level job. Kind of strange. Kenneth just knew. He's like, what's up with that dude? He's kind of weird. I'm like, yeah, he's really weird. He's too old. Why is he looking at this job? And I said to him, yeah, he's a perv. We shouldn't hire him. He was looking at me the whole time. Well, Kenneth hired him too. So the woman, Laura, on her first day of work, went to lunch at noon and came back 3 hours later. Turns out that her perfume was really just a cover for her afternoon Chardonnay habit. And Robert, the perv, I had to share a cubicle with him. The worst thing about him was his screensaver. A bunch of blonde, skinny bitches wearing white bikinis with their nips poking out. I had to tell him, Robert, even though our boss can't see, I can see, and I don't want to look at it. Another time he asked me if I wanted to see his webcam. He said, it's at home, pointing at my bed. I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, really, it's cool. Let me show you. My kitty might be there. Anyway, like I said, we fired them both. The most memorable person, there wasn't really anything bad about her. It was really more about communicating something with Kenneth that I wasn't sure how. So after I met her, I came back and Kenneth could tell there was something wrong, and he's like, what's up? And I'm like, I don't know if I should tell you, but I think I should. He's like, just tell me. Well, it's kind of unprofessional, it's not really PC. He's like, just tell me, I don't care, I need to know. I said, well, she's short. And he's like, you mean, like, how short? Like a little person. like a midget or a dwarf? I was like, yeah, I think the correct term is a little person. I didn't really care. The only reason I told you that I just wanted you to know so when you went to shake her hand, it wouldn't be awkward. So, I was like, I can hear her voice. I got it. I said, no, Kenneth, she is like really small. How short can she be? He asked me. And I was like, trust me, we need to know this. And he was like, okay. So he wanted to know, so he was like, is she here? 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 Yes. Well, Erin, I'm glad you told me. It's important to know. I want you to go out there and tell her. We'll make an exception. She won't have to be on her knees for her interview.
Erin, DeBartelo, everybody! We did it!
That camera was very distracting.
It's funny because you were nervous before, but your parents are making all sorts of noise out here. That doesn't help. No, you guys are actually just being supportive. Thank you guys for coming. Give it up one more time for Erin. That's awesome. Ah, man. This is my perfume. It's called intervention.